Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. This is one of the best info you will see online today. And if you love your friend, please like and subscribe and as well share to them so they can also take part in this free info. So, few days ago, one of the biggest trends around social media a few days ago has been the Russian and Ukrainian war. And many people are still confused. Many still don't know what's caused the war and how it all started and what's going on. Why did Russia invade the Ukrainians? So that's what we are going to be discussing today. So this is how it started. So many years ago, the Russian and Ukraine and some other countries in Eastern Europe were all siblings from the same mother named Soviet Union, with Russia being the most appointed elder brother. But after the Soviet Union split, something happened on 26 December 1991. All their parent landed properties, including armor cars, drones, nuclear weapons, and some other small equipment, was shared between all the siblings. As per elder brother, Russia received the largest stock of weapons. And I have this in mind that I say that Russia received the largest stock of weapons when the Soviet Union splitted. So as years goes by, Russia has been very prudent with its gifts and has grown so many massive that is now rated as the second most powerful country in the world. His siblings, what happened to them? That's funny. Most of them are even broke. But there is even a bigger problem more than that. Other Russian siblings, except Belarus, are not in love with Russia. They say he's a bully, and so they are going outside their zone to make a relationship with other countries like the US, France, and the United Kingdom. And so the Russia is not happy with that. And they even wants the family to come back together again so as to preserve their legacy. Now remember when I told you before that Russia received the largest share of their properties? Well, it helped Russia in raising millions of children and even raising enough to train millions of soldiers. So Russia is not only one of the most largest country in the world, but it also has one of the most powerful military in the world. And according to the global firepower rankings, Russia is just slightly number two above the United States. Now you might not understand how powerful is Russia when compared to Ukraine until you understand that for every Ukrainian soldier, there is like 4.5 Russian military man you will fight for them to win the war. That's like 5 to war. And that's incredible. Ukraine think this is scary stuff because even though they don't want to go back to their family, but the problem is that Russia has the power and enough military power to even force them into their former relationship. You remember how it feel when your dad forces you to eat a food that you don't want to eat. So because of that fear, the Ukrainian wants to join the NATO, an organization which has US as its leader. And remember, the US is an arch rival of the Russian people. So in case you don't know what NATO means, NATO simply means the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, an organization that was formed slightly after the World War II so as to preserve peace among nations. The NATO is a military organization that comprises many countries including US, the France and the United Kingdom, with the United States as its most powerful member. Their motto and slogan is injury to one, injury to all. So if one country is having problem, other member countries will come together to help their cartel man, and that is their friend. But Russia doesn't want to have any of that with Ukraine. They say to Ukrainians that if they cannot come back home, then they can't join the NATO. And they are kind of justified. If Ukraine joins NATO, it means countries like the US, an arch rival and sworn enemy of the Russian people can bring their weapon and spying equipment into Ukraine and peep at Russia while their main man is doing something with their babe. And that is not fair. Not to smaller country like Mali or Austria or Ghana though, but to powerful country like Russia. And that is a no no no. In fact, the US the US know this sef. They will never agree for Russia to come close to Mexico, but they just want to try their luck. So to prevent this from happening and to show how serious they are about it, Russia started bringing together thousands of army around the Ukrainian border. They wanted to enter the country codedly until Ukraine found out on time and shouted to other countries to come to their aid. So after Ukrainian people shouted to other countries for their aid, some countries started to send weapons to the Ukrainian people. Some even sent motivational speakers, that is military advisors. Others like Germany even sent helmets. Imagine, that's very funny. Ordinary helmet to defend the almighty Russian army. So they hope that if Russia sees all those equipment they are sending to Ukraine, they will fear and turn back. But not to Russia. Their heart is as high as the many snow that dot around the city of Moscow. So a few days ago, Russia still entered Ukraine and declared military operation in a sovereign state of the Ukraine. So that is all I have to say about the Ukraine and Russian war. This is what happened and that is what is still happening, and that's caused the war between the Ukrainian people and the Russian people. So I believe you have been able to understand how it started and what caused the war. So for you to enlighten others, the only thing you need to do is just to share this video so that others who are also confused will get to know what's really happening. So thanks for watching and please don't forget like and subscribe.